Good day, everyone. Today we will be talking about literacy. When we hear the word literacy, we often think only about reading and writing. But literacy goes beyond that. It is the ability to understand, communicate, and make meaning using different forms of language and symbols. In today's world, literacy is not limited to books and papers. It is also includes being able to read images, understand media, use technology, and think critically about the information. This makes literacy an important skill not just in school, but also in our daily lives. As we go through in this lesson, we will explore the key components of literacy. There are four literacies in the 21st century. First is the information literacy, second is the media literacy, third is the digital literacy, and fourth is the visual literacy. So let's discuss it one by one.
Now let's move on to information literacy. So what is information literacy? So it is about the ability to locate, evaluate, and use reliable information effectively. Information literacy is the ability to recognize when information is needed and to locate, evaluate, and use it effectively for solving problems, making decisions, or creating new knowledge. It involves critical thinking, ethical use of information, and an understanding of how information is produced, organized, and accessed across various platforms. I have prepared three scenarios about information literacy. So first scenario is student research about the solar system using books, NASA's websites, and scholarly articles, then compare sources. So this shows students know how to look for good information, check if it makes sense, and see how different sources agree or disagree. So it helps them understand the topic better and not just rely on one book or website. So here's the second scenario. A group doing a project on climate change gathers data from Google Scholar and government reports, not random blogs. A group collects data from trusted places like Google, Scholar, and government websites, so instead of random blogs or social media. So it means that they're being smart by choosing trustworthy sources, fake or wrong info, and use facts that experts agree on that their project more accurate and believable. Or the third scenario. Students make a comparison chart of renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydro. By combining information from multiple references, so students make a chart comparing solar, wind, and hydro. So energy by using different references to gather facts. So they're using information literacy to combine knowledge from many places, organize it clearly, and show differences and similarities. So this helps them think or explain things better and make informed choices.
Information literacy is crucial for several reasons. First is better decision making. By being able to evaluate information sources effectively, you can make informed decisions based on reliable data. Second, academic success. Information literacy skills are essential for research papers, presentations, and studying effectively. Third, avoiding misinformation. With a vast amount of information available online, information literacy helps you discern reliable sources from misinformation. And last, lifelong learning. Information literacy equips you with the skills to continuously learn and adapt to new information throughout your life. How to become information literate? First, practice research skills. It is develop strategies for finding relevant information efficiently. Second, verify sources. Check the credibility and authority of information sources. Third, use libraries or databases. Utilize library resources which often provide access to reliable and peer-reviewed information. And lastly, apply information responsibly. Use information ethically and acknowledge your sources properly.
So we will explore next to the media literacy. Media literacy is the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, and create media in different forms. In simple terms, it helps us understand how media messages are made, how they influence us, and how we can also communicate responsibly using media.
According to the Center of Media Literacy, or the CML, media literacy is defined as a framework that helps individuals critically understand the role of a media in society and develop skills to create and share media responsibly.
So in this scenario, the class is watching a documentary about the solar system. Media literacy allows us to go beyond just watching. We analyze how the narration explains the planets and how the visual likes animations or real telescope images helps us understand complex ideas. This shows us how media can shape the way information is presented and received. The second scenario is when the students encounter a viral post online claiming that 5G causes health problems. Instead of simply believing it, media literacy teaches us how to fact check using reliable scientific sources. This skill is important because not all media content we see online is accurate, and we need to separate facts from misinformation. So the third scenario in media literacy is creating TikTok or podcast on recycling. Students can also become creators. For instance, making a TikTok or podcast about recycling. Here in media literacy guides us in sharing accurate scientific information in a creative way. It reminds us that while media is powerful, we must use it responsibly to raise awareness and spread the truth.
So now let's proceed to the importance and relevance of media literacy. First is understanding media influence. Media affects how we think, act, and view the world. Second, critical thinking about media messages. This helps us judge if a message is true, biased, or misleading. The third one is responsible media use, means using media wisely and not spreading harmful content. And the fourth one is fighting fake news, gives us skill to spot and stop false information. How to become more media literate. First is question media messages. Always ask who made it, why, and what purpose it serves. Second, compare different sources. Check multiple outlets to confirm accuracy. Third one is create your own media content. Share your own ideas responsibly and creatively. Last one is discuss with others. Talking about media helps build awareness and understanding.
So, media literacy is important because it helps us understand how media influence us, think critically about what we see or hear, and use media responsibly. By questioning messages, checking different sources, creating our own content, and discussing with others, we become smarter and more responsible media user who can fight misinformation.
Hello everyone, I am Clarishine Anog and I will be discussing digital literacy. Earlier, my group mates already explained information literacy and media literacy. Now let's move to another important type of literacy, which is the digital literacy. Let's define first what is digital literacy. Well, digital literacy is the ability to use digital tools, platforms, and technologies responsibly and effectively. This means we should know how to use technology in the right way, not only for fun, but also for learning and work. According to UNESCO, digital literacy is defined as the ability to access, manage, understand, integrate, communicate, evaluate, and create information safely and appropriately through digital technology. In simple words, this means digital literacy is not just about using gadgets. It's also about finding information, understanding it, sharing it, and making new content safely online. We have here a sample scenario number 1. Using simulation, software or interactive website like Stellarium or Google Earth Skies, students explore planetary orbits and create a digital presentation. This shows that digital literacy helps us learn science in a fun and interactive way. Instead of just reading, we can see how planets move in space. Scenario number 2. During chemistry lesson, the students use a virtual lab simulation to test acid-base reactions safely. This means digital literacy makes experiments safer. The students can try things online without using real dangerous chemicals. Scenario number 3. In biology class, the students use a phone app like heart rate monitor to collect and record data during a fitness activity. This shows that technology can help us in science. We can use apps to measure our body and track activities in real time. Now let's talk about why digital literacy is important and relevant in today. There are 4 main reasons. First, it improves learning and productivity. Digital tools help us study faster and finish tasks more effectively. Another important reason is it prepares us for digital jobs. Today, many jobs need computer skills, right? Being digitally literate prepares us for future careers. While digital literacy is also important because it teaches us responsible online behavior. It shows us how to be safe and respectful online, like avoiding fake news or cyberbullying. And lastly, it gives us global connectivity. Through digital literacy, we can connect and communicate with people around the world. This reason shows us that digital literacy is very important in education, work, and in our everyday life. Now that we know why digital literacy is important, let's talk about why we can become more digitally literate. Here are 4 simple ways. First, we should explore digital platforms. This means trying different apps and websites for learning, not just for entertainment. Another way to improve digital literacy is practicing safe online habits. Always protect our password, avoid scams, and respect privacy. Digital literacy also grows when we use technology for learning. Instead of just scrolling for fun, we can use the internet to research, study, and improve our skills. And the last way is keep updated with new tools. Technology changes fast, so we should always try to learn new apps and programs. So by following these simple steps, we can all become more digitally literate and ready for the digital world. Well, to sum up, digital literacy is more than just knowing how to use gadgets. It's about using technology in smart, safe, and effective way. By being digitally literate, we can learn better, prepare for future jobs, and connect with the world responsibly. And that's for digital literacy. Thank you.
Oh, hi! Ever wondered how scientists understand the intricate world of data, diagrams, and discoveries? It's all thanks to visual literacy, a crucial skill for anyone exploring the wonders of science. Visual literacy is the ability to interpret, analyze, and create meaning from images, graphics, and visual materials. According to the Association of College and Research Libraries, Visual Literacy Competency Standards for Higher Education, it is defined as a set of abilities that enables an individual to effectively find, interpret, evaluate, use, and create images and visual media. This includes understanding how visual elements communicate ideas and information. Visual literacy is crucial in the 21st century for navigating our increasingly visually driven world and engaging with various forms of media effectively. So what are the key competences of visual literacy? First, interpretation and analysis. Understanding the message or intention behind an image or artwork. Analyzing its elements and structure, and recognizing its context and potential biases. Second, evaluation. Assessing the reliability and credibility of visual materials and their sources. Third, use and creation. Effectively using and creating visual messages to communicate ideas and convey meaning. Fourth, contextual understanding. Comprehending the ethical, legal, social, and economic issues surrounding the creation and use of images and visual media. So now, Here are the examples of visual literacy in action in science area. Scenario 1. In a physics experiment, students interpret a line graph showing the temperature changes of water heated. This requires understanding how to read and analyze graphical data to draw conclusions. Scenario 2. Students create an infographic or poster to show the differences between terrestrial and gas planets. So in this scenario, this involves using diagrams, icons, and colors to clearly communicate information. Scenario 3. In a biology class, students analyze a diagram of the human digestive system to trace how food is broken down. This involves understanding anatomical structures and their functions through visual representation. So now, let's have the importance of visual literacy and relevance in today's world. First, enhance communication and comprehension. Visual literacy is essential for effectively communicating ideas in a visually driven world and visually aids significantly improve understanding and memory retention. According to the group iCare, high-speed training notes that visuals convey complex ideas, emotions, and stories that might be difficult to express through words alone. Next, critical thinking. Analyzing images fosters critical thinking skills, enabling individuals to question, evaluate, and approach problems from different perspectives. According to the National Council of Teachers of English, visual literacy equips learners to decode information with a discerning eye and identity manipulated images or misleading infographics. Next, cultural understanding. Visual literacy allows individuals to appreciate and respect diverse cultures, as artistic expressions often carry deep cultural significance. Lastly, navigating digital media. In an era dominated by digital media and visual communication, visual literacy equips students with essential skills for interpreting diverse forms of media and discerning reliable sources from misleading. How to become more visual literate? First, analyze and interpret. It's like, what's the main message? What patterns or relationships are evident? Are there any potential biases or misleading elements? Second, create your own visuals. Try sketching diagrams, creating infographics, or even designing simple models. Lastly, discuss and collaborate. Talk about scientific visuals with peers and mentors. Different perspectives can uncover new insights and strengthen your interpretation skills. Visual literacy isn't just an academic skill. It's a powerful tool for navigating our increasingly visual world, especially in science. So, keep honing your ability to read visuals and unlock deeper scientific understanding. What scientific image will you explore next?